Alright, so now, if we look closely, right, what we did last time isn't going to work. Right? If we just add these together, we get 6x. If we add these together, we get negative 1y. Right? Neither one of these cancel out. So in order for this to work, we're going to actually have to multiply either the top equation or the bottom equation by a number so that we can cancel out the variables. Now in this case, the bottom has a 5x and negative 2y if we're looking at it. What I would do is I would choose to multiply the top equation by a 2. And I'm going to write that right here underneath, because when we do that, we're going to get 2x plus a 2y, so now the y's cancel out, equals negative 18. So by multiplying that top equation by 2, it now allows us that when we add these to cancel out the y's. So those are gone. We're going to get 7x equals, let's start with the calculator. 14. 7 times x, remember, do the opposite, so divide both sides by 7, and we get 2. What I was doing. Now, to find the other one, we'll just use the one that we haven't touched yet. So we use 5, plug in the 2, minus 2y equals 32. Follow order of operations, so multiply first. Next, we move the constant, the number without a variable. Now we got to get the y by itself. And now we have our point that solves the system. So 2, negative 11, the point in which these two lines intersect. Now we're going to do the same thing with example 4. Example 4, if we look, the top one and the bottom one, right? There's nothing, there's a 2 and a 3. 2, 3 and a 2 with the x's, or there's negative 3 and negative y on the right hand side. To me, it looks like the easiest thing we could do is multiply this bottom one by a 3. But we're not going to multiply it just by a 3 to cancel out the y's. We're going to multiply it by a negative 3. That's going to change the sign so that on the bottom we get a plus 3y to cancel it out. What do I mean by that? So we're going to do this. We're going to times the bottom by a negative 3 because we're trying to cancel out the y's. I'll write it over here. So we get negative 6x plus 3y equals positive 15, right? Because a negative times a negative. I'll rewrite this top one over here so we have them on top of each other. So 3x minus 3y equals negative 3. Now we're going to add them together like we did on the past couple examples. That gets us negative 3x. Negative 3y and positive 3y cancels each other out. 15 minus 3, we get 12. Get the x by itself. So we get negative 4. So now what we're going to do is do the same thing we did in red on the last one. Let's just take the one we haven't touched, replace the x with negative 4. Now we simplify. So multiply these together. right? Following order of operations. MDOS. We can now move this to the right-hand side, move the constant. Divide by that -3. So our final answer is going to be -4, -3.